Good evening. I don't know about you, but I love hearing the story behind the story.
Yeah.
Because I can show up to church on a Sunday or on a Wednesday and see Johnese, and see Manny, see Amber, see Doyle, and see this product that God has helped become these incredible people that they are. But when I ask the question to find out behind the scenes, how did they get here? How did they become a disciple? What did the person do in their life to reach out to them? So tonight, we get a chance to pull back the layers and hear the story of what took place with the hope of seeing what God did then to understand what God can do now. Amen? All right, so first we'll start with Johnese. So Johnese, go ahead and tell us who reached out to you and what happened.
So I was, is this on?
No.
Can you hear me?
No.
I can speak loud enough. I was a student. Are we good? Okay. I was a student at New Mexico State University, Las Cruces, New Mexico. And I was working on campus in the cafe, and there were several disciples who worked there, but one in particular, a brother named Daniel Guajardo, I had a crush on, and I wanted to talk to him, and I was very religious, attended church regularly, I read my Bible every day. I was so convinced I was going to follow Josh Harris's Boy Meets Girl, like that was my goal. So I asked him, we were talking one time, and then I asked him, I was like, hey, are you a Christian? And he said, yes, I am. Then he walked away and he comes back and he said, I'm actually sorry that, I had to ask, that you had to ask that. So from there.
Sure, and what's powerful about that, I think, is so if we work somewhere, or we're in a neighborhood, or we're in school, somebody likes us, then it's something to bring up, get faith, and be a Christian into the fold. But what happened after that?
Well, I got invited to, the first thing I was invited to was a pumpkin carving.
Nice.
And fall. And so I attended this pumpkin carving. There was about 12 people there, and I noticed everyone was about 19 to 23. There was no alcohol at the party. So, and I really was just, well, and it wasn't even just that, but then I got invited to a movie night after that. And when I went, again, there was I saw the boundaries that were there. Again, there was no alcohol. Again, there was no alcohol there either.
Right.
I was like, and then I found out that they all went to church together.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, oh, so you all hang out, and you also go to church together. And it was something that I had never experienced before.
And what I love about the detail of the pumpkin carving, because sometimes we put on events for church and we think, okay, this is no big deal, it's not really gonna bring anybody, but something as simple as hosting a pumpkin carving event can bring somebody out to their very first church. It could be the beginning of their journey to come to know God. Now, after the movie night, so you came to the pumpkin carving event, and then you were invited to a secondary fun event, which is the movie night. Which is, again, it's a powerful principle in and of itself. They went from a relationship time pumpkin event, another relationship time with a movie event, and then what happened?
At the end of the movie night, Rachel Martinez asked me if I wanted to study the Bible, and I said yes, not realizing what I was agreeing to. I was like, well, I'm spiritual, of course, why would I say no to a Bible study? And so I started studying the Bible, and I had 2 studies, and neither of them, I don't even remember what they were. I'm sure it was, the word and probably prayer, because that's, usually what we did, and I don't remember either of them. But then we went into winter break, and a few of the disciples went up for a wedding in Albuquerque. I went home to Moriarty, which is 30 minutes east of Albuquerque, 3 hours from Las Cruces, and Rachel called me, and she said, hey, I'm in town, would you like to have dinner? And I think it just really solidified our friendship. Like, you came for somebody else's wedding, but I'm important enough to you to have dinner with. Like, that was a really big deal to me. So when I went back, I was like, I'm gonna be part of their church. I'm gonna go to their midweek, their small group.
Let's go.
I went to everything, Amen. A week later, I actually got a call and found out my dad had cancer, like at a prayer night, and so God just really intervened. He knew exactly what I needed. So then I started studying the Bible again, and Brenda Salazar jumped in, and we went over John 3. And what really impacted me was the scripture in John 3:19 that says, "Men love darkness for fear that their deeds would be exposed." And I went home, and then we had Bible talk that night, and I pulled Emily Poppenberg aside, and I just shared anything and everything I had ever done in my whole life. Poor Emily, she didn't even really know me that well. And I'm just filling my guts, and about a month later, I got baptized.
Through a pumpkin carving event, through a movie night, through the absence of alcohol that you remembered, and then we see when you went 3 hours away from Albuquerque, from Las Cruces to Albuquerque, and then somebody prioritized the relationship. Because those 2 Bible studies you said didn't take, that your heart wasn't ready for the word at that point, but something about that relationship connection to be prioritized, and that's a principle for us to think about, is what can we do relationally to connect with people so that that soil is cultivated. Sometimes the word doesn't take right away, and it needs that cultivation that you described that prepared the word once you were ready for it, and then you were good to go. Amen. Thank you for sharing your story. Up next is Manny. So who reached out to you, and what happened?
So, some of you guys know I'm from the South Bronx. I'm from the South Bronx, so I wanted to get away from there. I hated everybody. I hated the world. So I joined the Army, and my attitude was perfect. And then I wound up getting stationed in San Antonio, and they sent me to take over a platoon at Camp Bullis, because it was the worst of the worst, and they knew what I was like, so they would send me over there to fix it. And while I was over there, I ran into this sergeant who had a drop off equipment, started talking to him. I found out years later that during that time, he was just studying the Bible.
Wow.
And then I was supposed to go to Hawaii, and on the way to Hawaii, well, those of you that know me, I always thought Christianity was for weak people, and it was a crutch, and people used it because they wouldn't stand up for themselves. And so on the way to Hawaii, my orders got changed at the last minute, and I got stationed in a rapid deployment air assault unit. So if anyone you know that's type A personality, jumping out of hug out this road.
The intense people.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I wasn't supposed to be that unit. So when I got there, this guy just got baptized and wound up getting stationed in Hawaii.
But you didn't know yet. You didn't know that at that point in time. Okay.
Right. And then the one that was in charge of me got court-martialed, and they wanted someone to take it over, so he volunteered and took over that unit. Wow. And this guy is 6'2", muscular, runs fast, and a type A personality, and he talked about Jesus, which to me didn't connect.
Right. So you started talking about Jesus, and then what happened? What was the first event you came to? What happened there?
So he brought me to the church in Hawaii, and I thought people were crazy. They wanted to hug me.
Go figure.
So I told him, just shake my hand. And I still remember sitting in the back and watching these guys with these huge smiles on their face. Now I know they're ushers. And I told myself, what's wrong with them? Why are you smiling? Anyway, but then after that one more time, I wanted nothing to do with the church or the people, He also had an event in his house, and I went to it, but for those 3 years I was there, I watched them. Now what he didn't know is at night I was crying out for God, and asking God, if you exist. There was no religious one in my body. I just believed in God and in Jesus. I said, if you exist, show yourself to me because I want to find you. But on the outside, to everyone, I was that person that you go, yeah, that guy's not okay.
So you said you watched him for 3 years.
Yeah.
So what did you notice about him over those 3 years?
Well, I noticed the way he conducted himself, the way he stood up for himself. I remember one time going to his office, I was a platoon sergeant, and I saw this guy kneeling in front of his desk. I found out later on they were praying. And I was like, this guy just lost it. So anyway, so once I found out that he was religious, I went out of my way to get him mad. Because I wanted to prove that nobody could really live according to, I didn't know about the Bible, but it's amazing how you know enough to say, are you supposed to act that way?
Right.
So, so I perfectly got him mad. He threw me out of his office a few times. You know what I mean? And, I watched him. I watched him one time when we were out in the field. They said the first time I wanted to talk to him, when I went, he had a Bible. I've never seen anybody with a Bible outside of church.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he actually looked like he was enjoying it.
Right.
You know, to this day, I don't remember what we talked about, but I still remember seeing him with a Bible out in the field.
Wow. So you noticed when he was praying. You noticed the way he would carry himself, his attitude, the way he interacted with you. You noticed him with the word. You even noticed his joy that he had with the word. So all of those things stood out to you. Now, you said 3 years you watched him. Now, was all of that in San Antonio?
No, this was in Hawaii, and then, so for those of you that don't know, there was things that happened in my life that made me hate everybody. And there was one point that I broke down when I was in Hawaii and just started crying out to God. Can you hear me? Yeah. So I broke down and started crying out to God, and so this friend of mine came over, and he wound up molesting my daughter. One of my daughters was made it worse. So then I really hated everybody, and then, you know, there was combat in Haiti, and they were going to send me. So here I am with all this attitude, this hatred, and they're going to give me a loaded weapon to go to Haiti and combat. So not a good combination.
Sure.
So now I'm going to combat. The person that was supposed to be in charge of combat at the last minute, now sent someone else. The scene enlisted. So guess who took over that operation? That same sergeant. So now we went from San Antonio to Hawaii. So now we're going to Haiti to combat together. And I was so bad that they put me in charge of the entire base camp security and operations. That's a whole other story. So for that night, 2 nights into it, the sergeant came up to me and said, "Hey, Sergeant Camacho, what are you doing tonight?" I said, "Nothing." Why? I started a Bible talk. I said, "What's a Bible talk?" He said, "Well, you know, we get together and study the Bible." And I go, "Yeah, I got nothing better to do." So I went in there. And so when I went in there, I never forgot, I still to this day remember the title. He said, the title of the Bible talk today is Forgiving Someone 7 times 70. Now understand, 2 weeks earlier, I just came from a court-martial hearing, putting this guy in jail. And I told him, I said, I'm not going to forgive anyone not even one time. And I got up and left.
Middle Bible.
Yep.
Out of here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I left. And then combat operations was over. I came back to Hawaii. And I was supposed to go to Fort Benning. And at the last minute, you know, God again, right? My orders got changed to come to San Antonio. And who do I run into over here? Him again.
6'2" muscular guy. So he's following you around the world. He's taking you from San Antonio to Hawaii to Haiti back to Hawaii back to San Antonio. Same guy, disciple that God was putting in your life.
And you understand the way the military is, the odds that you run into the same guy twice, but to be constantly around the world. So, and then when I first met him, I had a day runner. Those of you don't know what that is anymore. Anyway, I had a day runner. I used no carry. And he wrote his name and phone number under. If he would have given me a paper, I was going to throw it away. I didn't want it. And, but that night, all I did was, every Saturday I was in clubs, getting drunk, you know, crying out to God, you know. But when it came time for me to finally look for God, the only person I remember was this guy that I watched him, and I'm leaving a lot out.
Sure.
But I watched him for over 3 years from San Antonio to Hawaii, to combat, back to Hawaii, back to San Antonio. So I called him. I gave him the wrong number, by the way. So then I was really upset. So then I went to Catholic church, is all I knew, and I felt worse. But I remember he gave me his address. So I sent him a Christmas card, and next you know, after the New Year's, he knocked on my door, and you know, and I said, I want to go to church. He said, I'll take you. So he brought me here. And this is how much I don't know about Jesus, or the Bible. I never forgot the first day I came to church, Pete Velo said, turn to Matthew 23. And I turned to him and I said, who's Matthew?
It's such a powerful story because it illustrates what God will do to go after one person. And He's doing that all the time for each one of us to get us here, but also all of our neighbors, all of our coworkers, all of our classmates, every single person God is working behind the scenes to put us in their lives. Now, none of us may be 6'2" and muscular, like the person God picked out for you, but we might be the perfect person for our next door neighbor.
You know, to that point, it's amazing because God saw my prejudice. He knew I needed to see past that, so He put the right person to show me past that and see, you know what, to be a Christian is amazing. There's a strength there for the brothers and sisters to stand up for something like that. I mean, so I was wrong. You know, and I did some of the first study we did, the word study, and what convicted me is after that, he said, from now on, don't take my word for it or nobody else. If it's not in the Bible, it's not the truth.
Amen. Amen. Thank you for sharing your story. Okay, Amber. So, who reached out to you, and what happened?
Yes, so I was raised in the Indianapolis church. I'm a Kingdom kid.
Amen.
And yeah, I'm very grateful for that. My parents were both reached out to me. They were single, met, got married, had me. And so when I was a Kingdom kid, one of the things our teen ministry did is establish this like teen mentoring program. And so basically it was like different people in the church would volunteer to kind of mentor a teen. And so I started meeting with this woman named Jamie, and she and her husband were young marrieds and they had young kids. And I loved her kids. Like, I could care less really to talk to her, but I loved her kids. And so she started hiring me to babysit, like, quite often on Sundays. And so I started babysitting and like, loved her kids. And then she would make it a point, kind of either before her date or after her date, just to kind of talk with me, get to know me. And we had some really special things in common. And ultimately, I studied Bible with her and became a disciple when I was 15.
Amen. Now, tell me a little bit about the connection you had with Jamie.
Yeah, so Jamie and I had something that I think was very unique and something that I think God did very purposefully for me. So, you know, growing up as a teen, I felt what normal teens feel, very isolated and lonely and insecure and trying to figure out who I was. But another element for me that really made me very closed off to kind of talking to anyone or kind of expressing how I felt was I found out when I was in 5th grade, going to middle school, that I had severe scoliosis.
Wow.
And so I actually wore a back brace for 4 years. And so at school, I was pretty ridiculed and felt like a total outsider. And so it really closed me off from talking to anyone because I felt like, okay, I'm not just a normal teen. Like, I'm going to doctor's appointments, I'm making decisions that will affect the rest of my life. And people don't understand what's happening to me. But as Jamie got to know me, we had a conversation one night, and she was able to kind of peel back the layers, and I told her about my scoliosis, and she said, oh, actually, I have scoliosis, and I wore a back brace for years, and I actually had back surgery and had rods put on my back.
Wow.
And it was like, I couldn't believe that I had met another person that was experiencing the exact same thing I experienced. And I think God doing that opened up a relationship with her where she was able to say things to me that no one else could say because she just had that connection and that we had that level of understanding with each other where she was like, no, I get it and I can help you. And it changed my life forever.
Amen. What's powerful about the details of your story is that God can use something that we were insecure about, something that we were worrying about, even a medical condition in our life, to connect us to somebody else who can help us. So as we think about us, sometimes we can allow those things to be an excuse, or we can use it for Jamie. She used it as a way to connect with you and identify, and I relate to you. Now, for you and Jamie, what obstacles did y'all have to overcome in your relationship?
Yeah, so I think the first thing was, you know, Jamie was, 15 years older than me.
Wow.
We were at totally different stages of life. So it would have, I think, been very easy for her to not really take an interest in me, or for me to kind of, you know, be like, oh, you're so old, you know, like, you're young, and, you know, and so I think that God really worked through her kids. He worked through her stage of life. That God really softened my heart with her kids and the interest that she took in me. And what was so cool about it too, now that I look back, is a lot of people, because I was very embarrassed about my back brace. I was very ashamed and felt very much like I just didn't want people to know that. So when I would come to church, I would put on a happy face and, you know, I would, you know, smile and sing the songs, and kind of nobody was the wiser. And what that did, and what Jamie was able to do, was really take away that facade of I'm okay and everything's fine, and really get down to the depth of my heart. And I think God was so strategic in the way that He used her to really peel back my layers and give me someone that I could talk to and relate to. And I feel so grateful for Jamie to this day, because I'm just so amazed at the way that God used her to soften my heart.
Amen. I love seeing the obstacle of age not being an excuse, right? So we can make our medical situation an excuse, or we can make age an excuse. Oh, I'm too old, or they're too young, with people that are around us, but knowing that God can work beyond. He can work with me to help a young person. He can work with me to help an old person. So wherever we're at in the spectrum with the people that are around us, God can use us. And that's a fundamental conviction that can help us have the evangelistic lifestyle that Jake showed. Thank you for your story. All right. Doyle's up next. So Doyle, who reached out to you and what happened?
Thank you for inviting me. People used to ask me that question, who invited you? And I used to say, in John 6:44, Jesus was trying to explain to the crowd, and he said, no one comes to me unless the Father draws them near.
Amen.
And that is my story.
Yep.
About almost 28 years ago, on a Sunday morning, I was a disc jockey. I used to play music. I was quite young. I loved to go to parties, and I was the person that was playing the music, mixing records. I really loved music. And yes, so we had this contract to play for some very big personalities in a 5-star hotel at the time on an island, Victoria Island, they called the place.
So you were DJing at hotels?
In that hotel.
Big time hotels?
Yes. So on that Sunday morning, when I set up the music box with my cousin who was also doing my same job, I really felt out of place that this is a Sunday morning, I should be in church. I'd been raised like going to a Catholic church.
You're raised going to a Catholic church?
Yes, but for 2-3 years I had given up all that life, and it was just to play music and have fun and just live. And I really used to look forward to that. But that Sunday morning was different. I had set up this music, I could not get any rest. And at the swimming pool where we played, you had to go into the main hotel for you to use the restroom. And in one of the times I used to go there, I used to see these people that come to have service in a hotel. And I'm from Nigeria, and considering our traditional background at that time, churches don't meet in hotels, really.
We were the trendsetters.
It must be a single church that is meeting in this hotel. So, but I just wanted to make up for saying that something is better than nothing. That was my whole intention of going to that place that day. And as I walked in there, I just blended in, sat down, and when the preacher opened his mouth to speak, I heard a message I'd never heard before. It was incredible that he was speaking to me directly, considering that I was coming from a background where the priest did everything and you just responded, you knew what to say, and you almost knew what the priest was going to say. So everything was orderly, and there are no disruptions. But as I listened to that preacher, what struck me was, there was this annoying guy in this congregation, and he would say, preach it. Come on. Preach it. There was a guy just wanting to listen to what this man is saying to me. This guy just there, just making noise, and he was getting on my nerves. So I was like, okay, I'm going to deal with this guy after the service. So during the course of that service, after the service ended, they said, let's break off for fellowship. I didn't know what that meant. So before I could locate him, everybody had mixed up. But I remember one of the song leaders, that was the person I could identify. So I walked up to him, I said, please, during the course of this service, I was really listening to that song. There's this guy who was making noise, nobody made an attempt to stop him. What will help me find this guy? What did he say? I tried to explain to him. He said he was going to encourage. I said, no way, he wasn't encouraging nobody. So he tried to calm me down and so on and so forth, and tried to find, are you a Christian? And I said, yes, I'm a Christian. He said, when did you get baptized? I said, 89. because I've been baptized in the Catholic Church in 89. And the church, the mission church from London came to Nigeria in 89. So he actually thought that I was a member of the church. So after I could not locate that guy, I went back to my job, continued with my job. But I came back again the next Sunday. And I walked in again to listen to that sermon because it was the sermon on that Sunday that attracted me back. And after listening to the sermon again, then I started looking for that song leader again, and I thought to him that I came back again today. And he said, okay, you know what? Do you want to meet up with a person? I said yes. He started getting the feeling that I wasn't a disciple really. So he introduced me to an elderly guy, and the guy wanted to study the Bible, but I told him I had a job in the pool, and I only took time off briefly to be able to attend him. So he said, okay, are you going to come back again? I said yes. And then I came back again. So this particular Sunday, they introduced me to a younger person. His name was Shola Paul. And he opened the Bible and showed me something. I said, was I saved or not? And for the first time in my life, as far as I can remember at the time, I could not give an answer to a question that was so simple. I knew where I was at, but I didn't want to answer that question. And I just tried to pivot it to something else, like, okay, what's the next step? How can somebody get saved, and so on and so forth. And he opened the story of the Ethiopian eunuch. He said, you know that if you really want to become a disciple, that in one day you could become a disciple.
Amen.
And I said, is it possible? He said yes. And then after we read the story, I saw that it was actually possible. Another thing I noticed was that guy in that scripture was an African. Yes. So I said to myself, we have something in common, you know. So I said, so what do I have to do? He said, well, just come tomorrow. If you can wake up so early, get to my place by 6 a.m. We're going to study the Bible all day. Take it to different places and so on. Many people will try and join in. So he started calling up some. He got a guy in the service there. His name was Ebo. So they agreed. So by 5 a.m. I went to the job. I had that weekend job doing DJ, but I had a regular day job as well. So I went, dropped a note for my boss. I arrived much early. Dropped a note like, I'm lost. I'm going to get saved today. And I said to him. So I left, and then I met up with Shola, and then they started studying the Bible with me. They studied the Bible with me, with other guys all day. And then about 8, 9, we went to the regional evangelist leading a region. They said we were going to count the cost, and then we started talking and so on and so forth. They were asking me all these questions that I had no clue what they wanted to hear. So I said whatever came to my head and so on and so forth. And by 11 p.m. that night, I was baptized.
So when you think about that principle, there could be somebody next door, somebody that we're talking with, who's a cashier, who's a server at the restaurant, that can become a Christian in one day and still be faithful all these years later. How many years are you in the Lord?
27 by September 30th.
Come on, 27 years. Still faithful. When I consider each of the stories, it's fascinating even to consider the time frame, right? So Amber had a decade long in the church that she grew up in it. You had a couple of weeks within one day of studying the Bible. Manny had 3 years across the world. Johnese had months. And if you think about that, you never really know the timing for people that are around us and what it could take for them to become a Christian. So our role is just to be ready and prepared. As we wrap this up, I was going to get you after. I want to share a little tradition that I have. That every August 24th, I get a chance to send a meaningful text message to the brother who reached out to me when I was in high school. And I wanted to read 2 of the text messages I've sent over the last 2 years to him. First one goes, 15 years ago, you baptized me into Christ. I'm eternally grateful. With each new challenge, I know He will guide me, lead me, help me overcome. He's been exceedingly patient, overwhelmingly generous, flawlessly faithful. This year has been my most challenging as people have hurt those closest to me. I've wrestled with intense anger and deep hatred. I refuse to make peace and reconcile. My pain led me to delaying 9 months before desiring to do everything on my part to make peace. Ultimately, God wants me to love those I most want to hate, to accept those I most want to reject, to bring near those I most want to cast away, to help those I most want to hurt, to bless those I most want to curse, to see those I most want to ignore, to save those I most want lost. Thank you for giving me the mere chance to know God, my best friend. My life could be lost. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I praise and thank God for you. Now, the one before that, this is one we'll close with, is, it said 14 years ago on this day, this is 2017, 14 years ago on this day, you baptized me into Christ. Everything changed. My past has meaning, my present has purpose, my future has hope. God has been abundantly good to me, not treated me as my sins deserve. Your commitment to relationship over situation has inspired me for a lifetime. You, reaching out to me, are a hero in our faith. I look up to you, admiring what you've done and learning from what you do. Reaching out to people for years makes sense because that's what you showed me. Love is patient. I could say thank you for the rest of my life and it wouldn't capture my overflowing gratitude of knowing the creator and author of my soul. I appreciate you for a lifetime. And as I think about the guy who reached out to me, in the text messages I get to send to him on my baptism day, I want you to catch a vision for the text messages you're going to receive from the people that you reach out to on their baptism day. Amen? Amen. Can we say thank you one more time?